Hello everybody, welcome. How's everybody's Saturday going? Actually better than mine, I can't find the part here. So it's Saturday. It's supposed to be miserable out today, but of course it's not doing anything. So, well, this might be a very short stream. I can't find the things I'm looking for. Yep, there we are. Okay. Got it. All right. So, now we're back. So, who we got hanging out here? Who is lurking today? Well, it looks like we got Mike Mullet, RSS Studio, and Sadmac at the moment. I've seen Jay was here. He's going out to do shopping. I know Dave Stahl was here. He has to work, so he won't be able to join us. And Steve from Mac 84, he stopped in and gave me a thumbs up and then left again. So, hello to everybody. Welcome to hopefully what will be the final part of upgrading this cube here. Steve must be scheming. He's sending me text messages. Well, thanks for coming, RSS Studio. Sorry, I was a little late to get started. I was having some slight technical issues with the streaming computer here. As always, you know, this is what happens when you use a PC. So there's always some kind of technical problems. So the plan today is we're going to put this into that using nothing but that. If you get that reference, then you're a movie buff. So we have a 128 gigabyte solid state drive, which is perfectly working. I've actually already erased and formatted this and partitioned it on my Mac Pro behind me using my USB dock. Here we have a floof ball. He's trying to get attention. He says hi. Hello. This is Prada. He loves everybody. He has nothing to do with the computer. We have a parallel ATA to SATA adapter. I bought these in bulk by accident. I have like 1,000 of these things. We have a CD with macOS 9.22 on it. We have a orange hard drive, which is FireWire 800. And we have a cable to hook the hard drive to the cube. And that we'll use that to install OS 10. And then we have the cube itself, which you can't really see. So, yes, Lydia's lurking on my desk in the background. If you see the black spot there next to my keyboard under my monitor, that's Lydia. So she likes laying over there because that light puts off heat, and I think she likes laying in the light. So she's lurking. So now, for everybody who watched last week, you saw we upgraded the G4 Cube to a G4 600. We did some benchmarks, got some pretty impressive results considering it was only a 200 megahertz upgrade or 150 megahertz upgrade. So what we're going to do is we're going to back up. We're gonna back up our benchmark scores that we just did running Xbench and Geekbench. Geekbench doesn't so much test the hard drive, but Xbench does, and it does actually add that into the score. So we're going to run those benches again, just for everybody's, so everybody knows I'm not like BSing anyone. So we can see exactly where we're sitting and see what's going on. So at the moment, there's I believe it's an 80 gigabyte hard drive in this monstrosity. It's a pretty old drive. It is very loud. So, whoops. I'm attempting to get a capture of my screen here because my video capture device is not working at the moment. So we're going to fire up Des Cube. And I got a new monitor. It's not new, it's like 15 years old, but it has like 1,000 inputs on it, so. Hi, Trina. Yes, is you might be able to hear. You could probably hear the hard drive. So, in reality, once we're done, this computer will be perfectly 100% silent. So, let me get the right mouse here. I got too many mice here. So, this is what we got. We're running 10.4, of course. There is no better operating system. As you see, we have a 600 megahertz power PC with 1.25 gigs of RAM. I'll tell you what, if you want a real soothing hard drive sound, you need to look up a Seagate ST225 on YouTube. There is no better sounding hard drive than an ST225. I love the sound of those things. Those old stepper motors, oh, it's like heaven. Well, Trina, 10.6 doesn't run on a G4, so out of the available versions for a G4, 10.4 is the best. 10.6 is good. Snow Leopard. I like it. But it's funny you said that, Jay. Actually, I think the drive that's in this is a Mac store. I could be wrong, but I think that's what's in it. So I was doing all the video tests right now, and now this only has a 32 gig NVIDIA GeForce 2 in it that I so graciously stole from Steve. He had like 3 of them sitting on his desk. He said, "Hey, I'm going to take one of these." He's like, "Okay." Trina, I'm going to put a 128 gigabyte PNY SATA 3 SSD in it. Hey, Sean. So in case anybody missed it, Sean today at Action Retro tried to put Rhapsody on a Toshiba Libretto 50 CT micro laptop. It worked for the most part, but he did have a couple of issues, but it did run, and it seemed to run fairly well considering. So I am just going to fresh install everything because there's nothing installed on this drive that's worth saving. There's nothing on here. Are you still messing with it? Sean, I could be wrong, but I thought that the Libretto used a 1 megabit 1 meg Trident VGA chipset. I could be wrong on that. So right now, our overall results are 26.29. It should be like nearly identical to what we got last night. So we got 26.75. So, and so we. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a Western Digital hard drive in here. It's a WDC WD 800BB, which is just an 80 gig ATA 100 hard drive. So if we go down here to disk test, this is the part that we really want. We don't really care about most of this other stuff. So what we really want is the disk test part. And so we can see disk test overall scores a 39.31. Now remember, these scores are based on a 2 gigahertz dual processor G5. So this is, and that is rated at 100. So this is a percentage of, from 0 to 100 of a G5 dual 2 gigahertz speed. So we see the sequential write test comes out at 49.23, and the random, which is 32.72. It looks like the highest number that we're getting is around 44 megs per second, which is actually not bad, especially on an uncached read. It's actually not bad. So the hard drive for an old spinner isn't really a slouch. So no, I've never tried Cinebench because truthfully the video cards in these computers are crap. So Cinebench mainly tests your graphics capability more than anything. So we're going to shut this machine down. We're going to evict the product from my lap. Oh crap, I just remembered. Whoops, got to reboot. We want to copy the benchmark scores off of the hard drive onto a USB flash drive here. I knew I was forgetting something. I always forget something. I'm just glad I remembered before I took the hard drive out, because that would have kind of sucked. Okay, well fine then. So we're just going to have to plug it into the bottom of the computer. Oh. Whoever designed this machine should be shot. Putting the crap on the bottom of the machine. Alright. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is empty. So we're just going to copy all this over to here. And while we're at it, because of the crap that we went through last time, we're going to just copy this stuff over too. Yeah, I saved it before, Jay. The numbers really haven't changed very much, so I wasn't too worried about this particular time. I wanted to see if, you know, the benchmarks this time compared to the ones I did the other day. And we're going to copy this over too. Yeah. I mean, this machine is a very pretty machine. It's a good work of art, but you know, it's rather annoying to try to hook anything, especially like a USB drive, up to like directly to the computer. I guess what you would do is just use a hub. I mean, it's only USB 1.1, so it's not like it's very fast. All right. Now we can shut her down. Eject that. Pull that out. And now we can shut down. Okie dokie. So. Oops. Oh, wonderful. And my camera is being a pain. Give me a second here. There we go. All right. I have the FYADC monitor. You're truly right though, Steve. I do have the display for this computer. I have the 22-inch widescreen cinema display, which I do intend to bring home and use with this machine once we get it all fixed up and everything. So, because I don't want to be like Sean and have RGB lights and a 17-inch studio display. I'm gonna be like Mike, and I'm gonna have no RGB lights and a 22-inch cinema display because I'm just better. All right, so you got to give them props, though. I mean, this is like one of the most compact computers you could probably get, and it is really not hard to work on, considering. Except that, you know, it uses a crap load of Torx screws, which kind of sucks. And of course, one of these screws is in like a horrible spot. Hi, Sass. Sassy decided to say hi. He hopes everybody's having a good day. Hi, Sassafras. Sassafras. Hi, Sassafras. Hi, baby boy. You're not helping. No, you're not. Sorry. Yeah. Alrighty, so now, one thing that sucks is actually getting this drive out because this IDE ribbon cable is kind of in the way. Hey, Luke. Oh, the lights make it go faster. Is that what you're saying? Now let me show them. Okay. Well, that's nice to know. Oh, I'm pulling the hard drive out the wrong freaking way. Okay, I'm an idiot. So the hard drive comes out this way. Okay, there's a hard drive. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up this adapter. I've never used one of these, so I don't know how well they work. It's already set for master. This should work because the limit of the hard drive inside most of the G4 machines is 128 gigs, and this is a 128 gig drive. So basically, I'm going to be maxing out the drive in the computer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a small amount of little nip of VHB on this drive to hold it in place. Maybe. I'm not even sure if there's a place for me to put it. Not really. Well then, okay. Well, this should be interesting. Well, this adapter just barely fits in here. I'm sure there's a 3.5-inch enclosure for SSDs. I'm just too cheap to buy one. Well, too poor to buy one too. Kind of got to use what I got on hand, guys. So, you know. Well, thankfully for the sheer short length of the IDE cable that's in this thing, that drive really isn't going to go anywhere. So, it's there for the duration. It's not the prettiest looking install I've ever done, but yeah, it's definitely not the it's definitely not the worst. I don't know if you guys can see it in there. It's just floating around in here. So, I've seen worse hacks on computers. You know, that's the beautiful thing with SSDs is it doesn't really. They're not very finicky about how they're installed because they're solid state. So I mean, they could be sitting there rolling around all over the place. It's not going to really affect them as long as they're not physically damaged. So, you know, that's the beauty of having SSDs in machines. You know, like the one in my Mac Pro is just kind of hanging there. You know, just plugs right into the SATA bus and just kind of hangs there. You know, I have it. I have a piece of double-sided tape holding it up, but the heat inside the computer has a tendency to break it down, and it doesn't always stick properly. So, all right. So we got everything installed. Now we can reinsert the guts into the case and lock them in. And while we're down here, we're going to hook up our FireWire cable, because remember, PowerPCs will not boot from USB, although I truthfully would not want to boot from USB on this particular machine, because it is very, 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 very slow. And we'll hook the network up for good measure. What the hell? Never know when you might need some Ethernet. Yes, it's USB 1.1. It's horribly slow. It's only 12 megabits a second. I think the total throughput is like 4 megabytes a second, something like that. 3.5, 4 megabytes a second. It's pretty bad. Alright, so we got the hard drive. So what we're going to do is mouse. Okay. Tap the top, hold down Option because we can't hear boot sounds. There's no bongs because I don't have the actual Apple USB adapter. So function over form, yeah. That's kind of the way my Mac Pro is, Sean. My Mac Pro, Jay found sitting outside in the weather. The case was pretty well screwed up. The board needed some repairs done to it, which he did, and he tried cleaning it up a little bit. It's not horrible looking, but you can definitely see where the rain, like the acid in the rain, was starting to eat away at some of the aluminum and discolor it. It ain't very pretty looking, but works perfectly. So this one I'd kind of like to look nice and function properly because it is kind of a cute little computer. So and I think it would look nice on my desk right next to my iMac G5. Hopefully this works. Alright, why is it not starting up? Well, let's see here. And alright. And once again, my OS X Tiger installation disk has disappeared. So let's try booting it from this DVD copy. See what happens. Yeah, they probably did, Steve. It wouldn't surprise me. They're jerks. I'm sure I know it's around here somewhere. I just don't know where it is right now. It's not in my box with the rest of my DVDs. I found Snow Leopard. Huh. Alright, well I guess we're going to have to... that's not working. It's not ejecting either. Let me see if this one runs. Huh, that one gives me a kernel panic. That's cute. Alrighty then. Alright, well. Oh, she definitely, she locked up tight. Alright, let me go over to the Mac Pro and see if I can redo the image here on this hard drive for Tiger. So, hang tight for a couple minutes, guys. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Would have been a little faster if I wouldn't have had to fish my mouse out of the garbage can. Thanks to Lydia. Alright. So, we got a fresh copy of OS 10.4 install on a FireWire hard drive. Let's see if we can boot it this time. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, she is a jerk, that's for sure. Alright, let's try this time, see what happens. That was actually Leopard that kernel panicked on me, not Tiger. I don't think you can run Leopard on this machine. I think it's too old, too slow. I don't think it's supported. I could be wrong, but I think you have to have a 867 megahertz processor. Oh yeah, there we go. See, that's what I expected it to do last time. So before we do anything, we're going to go into disk utility. Ding. Yeah, yeah. I think that's why a kernel panic, because it's not supported. It's not supported. Let's see if we can see the hard drive, the SSD, before we do anything. No, Leopard would not run well on this. Wakey, wakey. This is not going well. Well, it would appear that the whole machine just froze up. And the other thing I forgot is there's still a DVD in the drive, which actually might be why disk utility is freaking out, because it's probably only partially ejected, and the DVD is probably freaking the whole machine out. There we go. Let's try this again. Well, I don't really want to run Leopard on this anyway. I'm not a big fan of it. To begin with, I tried installing Leopard on my G5 for the PowerPC challenge and it ended up screwing half my computer up, so... Let's just go into System Profiler once. Well, it recognizes it. Right there it is. So we're just going to bypass going into disk utility. Oh. Okay, this is not going well. This should not be taking this long. I've installed this copy of Tiger on multiple computers using this method, and it only takes like 5 seconds to go from one screen to the next. So, let's try something here. It seems to be choking anytime it's trying to access this disk. And I know this SSD works perfectly. I don't know which drawer I have those in. Try a different adapter here. Yeah, I mean, it saw it as a 120 gig hard drive and everything, and so I don't think it's the, it's definitely not the SSD. Like I said, I just took this out of a computer. I took this out of my Mac Pro at work. This was the main drive for that. And I brought it home, and I'm replacing the drive in that computer with something a little bigger because I keep running out of space. So I brought it home to back it up, and crap. Stupid touch-sensitive button. Mother freaking brilliant idea there. Okay. Okay. Try number 2. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm alright too, Steve. Don't give me any ideas. Truthfully, if anything, I'd suspect these adapters are pretty cheap Chinese whatevers. I mean, I got like 4 of them for like $3, and I got them purely by accident. So, I should whack the spork out of it. I won't hit the cube. Don't worry, Steve. And it's a possibility I might have to go with something different. It's just possible that these may not play well with this computer. Oh. Now it says no information found on the ATA at all. What? What in the world? Alright, there's definitely something weird going on here. So, I guess this is not going to work. Because now it doesn't even see the hard drive. It doesn't see anything on the ATA bus at all. Alright. Yes, it's set to master. Well, if this one doesn't work, I guess we're going to put the old hard drive back in, and then I'm going to have to get another solution for this particular machine. At least the tiger image comes up every time now. Alright, let's try now. There we go. That's better. Alright, so it sees the SSD and the DVD-ROM. Let's see what happens when we try to go further. Yeah, every time we try to do anything, it just freezes. Alright, well, we're going to have to try another solution, I think, that I don't have. So, visit Mac84, since I put his little banner up on screen. He's doing pretty good with his cap repairs lately. He just redid my PowerBook 160 screen. Came out really well. Now, if I set it as slave, it's definitely not going to work because that's what the DVD-ROM set as. Although I'm curious that you said that. Yeah, this one's set as master, so. And that hard drive worked perfectly. I can't say that I'm surprised it's giving me trouble. I mean, I didn't expect it to be easy. Truth be told, I'd be surprised if it actually worked. Yeah, Steve just had to glue gun hell. Oh my lord. I don't know who that was that did that, but jeez. Whatever you do, don't get hot glue on your components or on your logic boards, people, okay? Just keep the hot glue gun away from the computer. Yeah, it's probably just, truthfully, it's probably these dodgy adapters. I mean, they're, you know, it's just, I mean, if you look at them, I mean, the solder work on them is shoddy. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if every one of them has cold solder joints. I mean, the solder on them looks like, you know, I mean, just the whole craftsmanship of them is just shit, to put it mildly. It looks like there's solder bridges on the little IC. I don't know if they're supposed to be there. So, we'll just go back to spinning. But what we will do is, while we're here, is we can install OS 9 on the hard drive at least. Oops. So at least we could do something intelligent. Yeah, Thomas, that's actually probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go with an IDE to M-SATA adapter. A lot of people are using those now on these older machines, and they seem to work perfectly, like every time. I know Steve has just used one or two on his Mac Minis, and they work beautiful. I mean, no issues whatsoever. And one of those was a G4. So I think that's the solution I'm probably going to go with. I think it's going to be better overall. And it'll probably also be a neater installation than just a bunch of crap floating around inside the machine, you know. You know, I have to say the CD-ROM drive, the DVD-ROM drive in this thing's actually pretty quick. I mean, this thing's booting up pretty fast off of CD-ROM. Where'd my mouse go? Oh, I lost my mouse. No! Oh, my mouse disappeared. What the hell? Well, I kind of gave up on the SSD. I'm working on with a regular hard drive now. There we go. Okay. We don't need drive setup. We don't need this. We don't need this. I forgot to unplug the FireWire hard drive. So we can go in here. Better restore that. I'm going to switch. Whoops. Great, now I gotta go through all the FireWire drives. There we go. Nope, not that one. That one. Alright. Restore. Okay. Thanks, smartass Trina. You're right. Technically, the mouse is in my hand, but I lost the mouse pointer because for some reason my Logitech mouse quit working. I don't know why. So I got an Apple Pro mouse hooked up now, which is actually very appropriate for this computer. It would actually be the mouse that would come with this computer, I believe. Can't remember if these came with the Pro key. I think these came with the Pro keyboard and mouse. What OS should you put on a G4 466? OS 9 and OS 10.4? You can run 10.3 if you want, but I find 10.4 is better. It's more compatible with more stuff. And then OS 9, just because, you know, it's OS 9. Why not? I know the early G4 Sawtooths still came with puck mice, but then they switched over to the Pro mouse shortly thereafter. Putting Leopard on a G4 466 is like putting Windows 10 on a Pentium 2. Just remember, just because you can run it doesn't mean you should run it. There's a difference. It's like running Mojave on my MacBook Pro, my 2009 MacBook Pro. I can run it on there, but I shouldn't run it on there. I think we should just all go back to macOS 9 and just call it a day. I think they should incorporate macOS 9 and macOS 10, rename that macOS 11, and just make our lives better. macOS 9 runs beautiful on a G4. I mean, it is fast as shit. Alright, so we're going to go into Startup Disk. And we're going to choose macOS 9 Lives hard drive. And we're going to restart. I said restart, not shut down, you stupid thing. I told it to restart and turn the computer off. Oh yes, the good old startup. I forgot about that. Like, what's going on with my screen here? Well, that's cool. Yeah, macOS 9 can't use anything over 1.5 gigs. So even if you have 2 gigs in your Sawtooth, it's only going to use 1.25 gigs. It might see all 2 gigs of it, but it's only going to use 1.5. Because that's the most it can address. It can physically address only 1.5 gigs. So now we got 1.25 in this one. Alright, recognizes everything that I can tell. Go into TCP IP 10.1. Okay, we got an IP address. Just go to control panels in general. I'm going to view these as a list. Okay, I'm looking for a scroll wheel that doesn't exist. Go into date and time. I'm going to use a network time server. Yes. Set time now. Okay, perfect. Neat. Okay. Who needs an app store for OS 9 when you got Macintosh Garden? Man, I really gotta change the resolution on this because this thing is so hard to see. Monitors is what I'm looking for. Okay, let's try that. No, the SSD didn't work, Jay. I've forgotten how slow it is to actually like browse the internet on OS 9. It's not horrible, you know, surprisingly. We're just also spoiled by fast internet and everything that we get on something like this, and we forget what it was like browsing the internet back in 1998. Yeah, these things were put together in a third world country by 5-year-olds, I think. I mean, I could have probably done a better soldering job on the connectors with the equipment that I have, which is horrible. Yeah. Let me think here. Yeah, I was actually still using dial-up in '98. I think I got DSL in 2000 or 2001 when it first came out. Where I lived in York, Pennsylvania, we were actually one of the very first subscribers to DSL. And yeah, it was, and I thought that was like the greatest thing that ever happened. Do we not have stuff expander on here? Apparently not. What? Seriously? Oh, right here. I'm going to say, I thought it came with OS 9. Well, we ain't got no sound, but we got graphics. Good old chunky 1994 Doom 2. Best freaking game ever. If you disagree, you're wrong. Plays beautiful on here. Getting 35 frames per second. Whoops, missed a button. I never said I was good at it. Just sucks that there's no sound, but Sean linked me to a thing that he's used on his cube that does work, so I'm gonna look at that in the near future here. Yeah, that's what Sean, he linked me to the one that he has on his cube. That works really well, he says. So I'm going to probably look at something, either that one or something similar. And then I'm going to restore the case, the shell of the machine here. I haven't done anything with it yet, mainly because I'm trying to get it running. There's all kinds of scuffs and there's goo here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably take it to work and clean it all up real good, and use my my automotive buffer on it. See how it comes out. I mean, the case is it's not beat up or anything. There's a chip missing up here, but that's about it. That's probably the worst thing on it. The rest of it's just kind of surface scratches and stuff like that. So, I mean, it did come from a recycling center, so you can't expect everything. And I did get it for like a song. So, whoa. I knew that didn't snap in. So, yeah, I'm not done with it yet by any sense of the word. But I am going to call it a day for today. Doing anything? Nah, it doesn't look like it. So, yeah, I am going to restore this keyboard. I did clean it today, so it's not quite as nasty as it was. But yeah, I am actually going to dismantle this keyboard, and I have never done a retro bright, but I think I might actually attempt it on this keyboard, because truthfully this is one of those keyboards I don't really care that much about. I'm not a big fan of these keyboards, so, but I mean, they're not bad, but they're not one of my favorites. So I figured this would be a good one to experiment with. This actually goes with my iMac G4, my 700 megahertz one. So, but yeah, I'm going to definitely, I think at this point in time, I'm going to definitely restore the cube, the plastics on it, and hopefully make it look as nice as I can. So I'm going to I'll get my automotive buffer and my automotive polishing supplies out. I think they'll do a pretty good job on the acrylic plastic. So yeah, I need to pull the whole thing apart, Jay. I mean, it's like it's got all kinds of nasties underneath the clear plastic, and it was gross when I got it. So awesome. Oh, you talking about back here, Alex? Yeah, that's my Mac Pro back there. So yeah, I was finally able to like sprawl out a little bit. So oh yeah, this is my my microphone, my blue snowball. So Yeah, it is about the size of a small moon. It's very large. So. Yeah, it's the size of a small planet. It's a big one. It's very sensitive, though. I mean, it's like, I don't know, 3-4 feet away from me, and I can actually talk over there, and it'll still pick me up clear as day. So, but, goodness. So, but I think I'm going to call it a day for now. Make some plans for the G4. What I'll do is when I actually do the case of the cube, is I'll film it and make it a regular video, so we can see the before and after. We can see the before and after of the job and see what it actually looks like. So I think it'll come out. I think it'll clean up really nice. You know, this thing's not in bad shape. It's not cracked or anything. It just has this one chip missing in the top, which isn't that bad. It's in the back, so you really won't notice it too easily. So, you missed the wobbly. Well, I still have the wobbly table. It has an IBM Pro printer sitting on it right now I need to fix. So, but I'm gonna call it a day and try to enjoy the rest of my weekend here. So, I may pop back on tomorrow. I'm going to be picking some stuff up for Steve, and I don't know. I might get this wild hair up my butt and decide to play with something that I'm picking up. And if I do, I'll live stream it just for the hell of it. So I'm going to tell you guys all have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for coming. Don't forget there's a giveaway going on. Oh my god, I couldn't even remember it. There's a giveaway going on of an iPad mini, so make sure you check out my videos and sign up for that if you haven't already. So you all have a wonderful day, and thanks for coming.